Hi, beautiful people. So I'm changing these daily recap videos, because I don't really think it's helpful for you guys if I just go over the experience of that I had of my classes and what was memorable to me. So I'm going to do something that's a little bit more helpful to both of us, hopefully, and I'm going to talk about what I struggled with today and what I hope to improve going forward. So today I had one of my regular students who I have an extremely close relationship with, and I call her my best friend. All my students are my best friends. But I realized that in my relationship with her, because she challenges me so much and she's also very strong-willed, that I often laugh because I say that I have a lot of problems with my best friend. And sometimes, like in class, she will shout or yell, and I feel like she's doing it at me. So I'll be like, be nice to me. And sometimes I actually do feel hurt by her. Sometimes I do get impatient. Today I actually got a little impatient, a little irritable, because we were trying to go through the lesson and she wanted to draw. And some of my students will do this on the actual slides. If they're able to draw, they'll start taking the pencil and they'll start like coloring it white or like crossing out the words so that I can't see it. And I'm like, and I'll tell them, and sometimes, usually I'll joke, especially if it's like a new student, I'll joke, I'll say, oh, I can't see it. And, or if the word says car and they erase it, I'll be like, no car. But sometimes what happens when I actually do that, when I add that bit of humor, is that the child, in order to elicit that same response, they will continue to do it in the lesson. So that's something that I also deal with, and I try to balance that humor with the possibility of this happening. And when it does happen, sometimes I'll just usually be like, I won't feed into the humor as much as we keep going if I see that they keep doing it, and then they usually calm down a little bit. So today my student was doing this, and I went to the next slide. I'm like, okay, let's go. And then so she goes. She goes, I want to draw. She goes, go back. And then I'm just like holding myself at this point, because I felt impatient, and it was me, it wasn't her, because if it was another time, I probably would have had more patience for this situation. So she was just probably, I realized she was, being playful, right? Our kids are really playful. And instead of just telling her, because I ended up telling her, I'm like, we're not gonna have time to finish this. I'm like, do you wanna go, and then we'll draw at the end? But I realized that even in that moment when I was saying that, like, it was kind of just an excuse, and I knew I could recognize that, that she was in this mood where she wanted to play, and I didn't really accommodate her mood. So that's something that I struggled with today. I felt a bit impatient and a bit irritable, and I hope that going forward I can match my students' mood, and that will require more just holding space on my part, right? When I talk about patience, like, what is that, right? How do we actually do that? Well, I will recognize, I'm going to try and recognize that the student wants to play, and all children all they want to do is just play. So I'm going to do my best to hopefully recognize that and match my mood and my attitude to my children's playful attitude, because I know that that's the best way. I already know, in my mind, I know that that's the best way to help them learn and to help them be on board during the lesson. I already know that, but today I just maybe today I just didn't. Today, that's just where I was today. So going forward, hopefully that's something that I pay attention to. Another thing that I struggled with today was, and this has been happening to me lately, because I got a set of toy figurines, little animal figurines, and there's about 60 or so of them. There's a lot of them, and I don't have a storage solution for them. I've been looking and searching online for a storage solution, but I haven't found something with like at least six different compartments that I can separate these figurines in, and something that is like open and accessible for me to actually quickly grab. I found like little different storage units, like a small unit with like 30 drawers or so. But I've also realized that I want to organize the rest of my toys too. So now I'm looking for like almost like a toolbox, right? Something that looks like a toolbox, but with a lift up tray, so that I can actually, I have different tiers. Like I've seen some with like 2 or 3 levels where it just lifts up and opens, and so I can quickly grab what I need. So I've been looking for something like that. I have found some online, but I haven't found one that has like 6 different deep compartments, at least on one of the tiers, so that I can actually organize my toy figurines into 6 different sets. So I'm looking for something specific. I don't know if you guys understand or relate to what I'm saying, but if you do have any storage solutions that you think might help, please drop them below in the comments. So yeah, and if I can't find one, if you guys have any ideas about how I can create my own storage solution for these little toy figurines. And then also, I mean, I have rewards and like flashcards and all these other things. So I was thinking I would put the other things at the bottom of the toolbox looking storage solution, right? In the toolbox looking thing, I thought that I would put the other flashcards at the bottom and somehow organize those. I know that you can actually find little flashcard boxes that allow you to stand the flashcards up. So I'm thinking about even getting one of those and putting those inside the bottom of the toolbox. I'm trying to look for some way that I can efficiently store my teaching props. Yeah, but in all the toolboxes that I found online, I mean, they're plastic. They're not metal and heavy duty like an actual toolbox, but they're for the purpose of art supplies. I'm hoping that I hopefully find something that will meet my needs. At least has 6 little, like, 6 somewhat deep compartments, so that I can actually organize my toy figurines at the top, hopefully, and then my rest of my other props and my flashcards at the bottom, and my rewards. And it would just be nice to have everything in one place, so that I could keep it right next to me and just open it up when I teach classes. So hopefully that works out soon. If you guys have any ideas for how I can, how do you store, and what have you created? Because I know we all have unique needs, but I hope to learn from you. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a wonderful time teaching. Today I had a new student, and it was really nice. I actually love meeting new children, and I think that it's also good for them because the way in which we all interact is different. So when I meet children, they get to see how another human being, another teacher interacts, and I think that's good for them, and that's good for us, right? Meeting new people and hearing different people speak, and getting to know how different people think is just adds to the richness and variety of life. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about meeting new students and what challenges you face there. I don't think I faced really any challenges with the new student that I worked with today. He was a lot older. He was very much on board with the lesson. He was just, it was an ideal class. So sometimes when I meet new students and they're younger, it's not as easy for them because they don't know me, right? So it takes a little bit of time to build a relationship with them and just to build trust with them. And that's, that I understand that, and I respect that, and I do my best just to be patient with them. But this student today was a lot older, and we had great conversation. We talked about our favorite foods, and he said that he likes hamburgers, and I said that I like dumplings because one of my favorite foods is dumplings. Like, I just tell all my students how much I love dumplings. and he was saying how he likes hamburgers. So when my students usually do that, some of my students will say, I like pizza, I like hamburgers. I'm like, what? I'm like, I like dumplings. And I tell them, you should come to America and I should go to China. Yeah. All right. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. And I love you so much. Let me know about your experiences below. Have a beautiful day. Happy teaching. I love you.